Hello nerds, today is not January... It's definitely not January. Hello nerds, today is not June the 8th, 2019, but it was a few days ago, which is awfully convenient because I want to talk about the game that came out on the Meditation Launcher back on June the 8th, which is this game. So that's the 159th game of the Meditation game. There was a bit of a problem and a bit of a mix-up on the Meditation Launcher. The tweet said that today's game was made by Matt Endo, I think, if I remember correctly. But there was no game until, I think it was like 8 PM when the game finally came up on the Meditation Launcher. And it was this game by Og Borbis. So I'll read out Borb's blob. So I'll read out Borb's blog, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Saturday, June the 8th. Press R to reset, Z to spread love, arrows to move. So the game was made in TIC 80, which is not something I'm very familiar with, but my brother loves it. I know it's like a virtual console or fantasy console or something like that. But either way, it was made in TIC 80. And as you can see, we control a little blob man. Or a little computer man, which is actually I think he's actually the icon from TIC 80, so that's cool. You move around, it goes from screen to screen. There's no scrolling or anything of the sort, you literally just go like that, flip from screen to screen. Z does, no not Z, I forgot what button it is now, but it does that sort of sound wave that radiates from the character that you control. If you catch one of these darkened TIC little characters, they turn into sort of your colour. I didn't really notice this the first few times round, but if you get hit by these waves, you're always a bit darker throughout the rest of the game. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a glitch or if that was a deliberate thing. There's a lot in this game that I'm not sure if it was a glitch or a deliberate thing, so we'll go through that as it happens. But yeah, the circle has to do more than hit the little TIC computers that are sitting around. It has to hit a very specific point on the sprite, and it seems to be the bottom left corner. If the wave hits anything else on the sprite, it doesn't seem to trigger the event. Initially, we thought we just had to hit this heart at the end of the level to progress, or to finish the game, and that's what happened. On another playthrough, I just walked through the top of the stage, which is kind of weird. Found a heart just in the middle of nowhere, so we hit that. But then we started getting this problem. We wanted to play the game, because as you can see, you start off as this bright blue computer, and as soon as you get hit once, you're forever darker. So we're not sure if that was part of the game. So we tried to complete the game, or get to one of the hearts and activate it, without getting hit. But we kept encountering crashes whenever we reached this room. We never managed to get to one of those hearts without either getting hit by one of those things, or without the game resetting or crashing or whatever. So we don't know what happens if you hit one of the heart icons without getting made darker, or without getting hit at least once. We then went on a mission of exploration. We realised that you could just go anywhere out of bounds, and proceeded to gallivant off around the out of bounds until eventually we came across an absolute mirror of the main game, but there was no collision detection, no enemies, nothing. You could just walk straight through it. Nothing happened that we could tell whilst we were going through that, and as soon as you walk back to, you traverse the expanse of nothingness again, and you get back to the main game, and it all works correctly, so that's cool. Another thing we noticed is when you are blue, like the bright blue colour, the signal that you broadcast has a red line. As soon as you get converted and turn back and you've got that slightly darker colour, signal that you radiate out is white. Could be a glitch. I don't know if it's part of the game. I really don't know. So yeah, a bit confused. I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier, but the radius or the signal that you broadcasts until it hits a wall. The second it hits a wall, it stops. And as a result, there was only one thing we could not really figure out at all. There was one little guy buried in the wall, and we don't know how to get to him. We suspect there was a secret wall that allowed you to move to it, but we didn't find that secret wall, so yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I'd like to give this another go, just to see if we can do the stuff that we failed to do, because we didn't have the time to do all of that stuff, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that was Saturday's meditation. I will leave a link below to Borb's Twitter and to SoundCloud. So feel free to have a look for all those, see what else they've made. And with that, I will say a thank you to Borb for making Saturday's meditation, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again, well, tomorrow, later today, whatever. I'll see you next time. Take care.